Gonna shake, throw it away in the dirt under me, yeah. Gonna shake, throw it away in the dirt, yeah. Gonna shake, throw it away in the dirt, yeah. Gonna shake, throw it away in the dirt, yeah. Gonna shake.
What's up, everyone? Before we get started, we need to congratulate Chop DF. He is the first to reach legend on 2K20.
Incredible. In fact, there are a few people that are close to hitting legend.
And once you get that legend status, check back here for your mention.
For the land of the...
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening. Well, yeah, terrific attitude. It makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Porter is out there with Pascal Siakam. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Hood in at the 2. And for the Wizards, we've got Bobby Portis. Patrick Beverley out there with Alan Crabb. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Ayton in at the 5, roaming the paint. Portis, the bounce pass. Fade away. Rebounded by Hood. And so Hood will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Wizards team.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
And that seems about right, Greg. I mean, last season was one that both of these teams would like to forget. They got beat up a lot and couldn't even beat up on each other.
And stolen by Siakam. And here's the fast break. Jumps up, rips down the breakaway slam.
Great job of staying engaged right there. Hood's opportunistic attitude helping him grab steals like these.
And the most improved player in the league last season, Pascal Siakam, got better in every statistical category.
Covington passes to Portis. Here's Ayton, uses the glass to finish the layup.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
Jackson passes to Siakam. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Porter against Covington. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 20 feet out. Whistle blows. Basket is good.
Shot's
so
good.
A chance here for a three-point play.
Shot's good.
And it's those diamond-in-the-rough players that so often elevate the top teams. And, Greg, that's what the Raptors found in Pascal Siakam.
No doubt. The 27th pick back in 2016. Now a full-time starter on a rookie contract, just over $2 million this season. He is due for a big raise.
Free throw good from Hood. In the new season, Chris, every team wants that fast start, but when you really think about it, how important is that in the grand scheme of things?
Well, it depends on where you are. Like, let's think about Houston last year with the injuries. You don't want to get to a slow start where you're fighting for home court advantage. So it's very important. And usually veteran teams know that first 2-3 weeks of the season is when you can sneak teams. And if you're a younger team and you understand that, wait a minute, it's all about attention to detail, focus, and playing hard, you can get some pretty nice upsets early because when for young teams, once the scout report comes out and teams hone in on you, it might be a little bit more of a difficult
Look
season
out.
as the days go ahead. Yeah, watch out.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Porter with the steal. Covington against Siakam, and it's good for 2.
Like the show of unselfishness from Porter, wanting to improve as a passer and hit his open teammates.
And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Wizards. trailing by 2. Here's Ayton. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And when you watch DeAndre Ayton, you really are just floored by how he moves. The amount of speed and agility he has for a player as solid as Ayton is doesn't come around very often.
Shoot 2.
First free throw is good. And those physical attributes of Ayton are so imposing. Greg, who does he remind you of?
I mean, for current players, you see a bit of Embiid and how they both move so fluidly for 7-footers. From the past, I see a bit of David Robinson in his game.
Ayton hits them both.
And you see the raw talent Ayton has. An intimidating big man with a high ceiling and a desire to grow.
Beverly against Jackson. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And Jackson is very good at catching the D off guard, especially inside where he needs to be fast at getting that shot off.
Back to Beverly. Pass to Crab. Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. Hood against Beverly. That's tipped. Hood kicks to Jackson. Siakam outside. Shot clock at 6. And that's going to be a travel.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Otto Porter. Good season for him last year. Put up about 14 points per, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Yeah, GA, I like it because he's not overcomplicating things. I mean, he's just playing to his strengths and taking what the defense gives him.
Ayton dishes to Crab. He kicks to Beverly. Wizards need to get a shot off here. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Minnesota in the lead. Porter passes to Jackson. Outside, Towns. The shot, no good. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Pass to Ayton. Kicks to Crab. Now here's Ayton. His last outing, 16 points for him. Deep 2 from Beverly. And again, Washington, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And stolen by Crab. Siakam against Beverly. Crab kicks to Covington. Back to Crab. Pass to Beverly. Trying to get something going. And Crab is good for 3. Crab's got his second bucket tonight.
Crab has a perfect shooting form. He's outstanding at getting his feet under him and then knocking down the long 3-ball.
Siakam finds Towns. Back to Siakam. Timberwolves passing it around. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington.
And let's take a look at Karl Anthony Towns' numbers. He's coming off an excellent season. 7th in rebounding, 9th in blocks, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game, one of the league's premier offensive threats.
He was a top 10 rebounder last season for good reason. He's an incredibly intense guy to compete with. And for a full game, too. I mean, just nonstop. Crab dishes to Covington. Back to Crab. And the pass to Beverly. Passes it to Ayton. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. In the third spot, the Timberwolves.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota.
And Chris, a very unique experience playing in the nation's capital. What was your time like with Washington?
Oh, I love D.C. Oh, I love Chocolate City. I mean, the surrounding areas of D.C. love the team as well. There's something special about playing in the capital.
Washington making some changes. Hunter's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Gerald Green in for Alan Cramp. Here's Hood. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Philadelphia. Towns, the pass to Jackson. Tries again. And Towns with the lay-in good.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Portis, the bounce pass. Here's Ayton. That's in. He's got two made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Just great awareness there from Ayton. Understands the game plan and reads the game so well. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Portis kicks to Green. That shot is off. Towns with the defensive effort. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Here's Jackson. Got a hand on it.
And Beverly just goes all out on defense, which is what a lot.
Oh, what a beautiful point.
What intensity. Did you see that? Great. Now remember, Green's the man who blew out the candle on the cupcake at the dunk contest. This one might not be as fancy as that dunk, but almost.
Porter looking it over. Outside Jackson. There's the triple. A three-pointer is right on target. Jackson's got 5 points so far.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, Greg, it's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Green. He kicks it to Hunter. 6 on the shot clock. It's deflected and stolen by Siakam. Hood can't get it to go.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against them. That's just great work inside.
And that one's good. Beverly.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Towns up top. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And they kept fouling him. I mean, it only made him more aggressive. He wound up having a huge night at the free throw line.
Shot clock at 2. Hood gets the bucket. 7 points in the game.
3 for 4 to start. I mean, he's going to try to keep this streak going as long as he can.
Beverly against Jackson. Beverly dishes to Ayton. Releases. Rebounded by Hood. For Minnesota, they've gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. They get the rebound. Towns. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. And it's a 4-point Timberwolves lead. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Wizards. Pass to Ayton. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. So for the Wizards, Ilyasova, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Rivers comes in for Bobby Portis. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Siakam. Jake Layman comes in for Otto Porter Jr. Dotson's checked in for Rodney Hood. And Raul Neto subbed in for Jackson. Dunn misses. Timberwolves leading by 4. Here's Dotson. 1:58 left to play here in the first. Pass to Towns. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
They have ridden him today, and it has paid off in a big way.
Done outside. Now here's Green. D right on him. Kicks to Rivers. From past the arc. No good. Shot missing. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, G.A., sometimes you have games like that, but you just got to shrug it off and move on to the next one.
Outside, Green to end the run. Buries the long-range jumper. Green's got 5 now.
Those catch-and-shoot chances will be there for Green because the D's got to worry about his ability to attack the rim.
The pass to Jang. Over Hunter. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Down low, here's Dunn. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Love the mentality of Dunn, looking to score as often as he can from the painted area.
Neto, the pass to Dotson. To the middle, here's Towns. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 12.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Dunn looking over the floor. Passes it to Hunter. Unable to get that one.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Timberwolves lead by 5. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to maximize his potential.
I want to be the best player who ever played, and I feel that I could do that. I think I have the God-given talent and the God-given abilities to make it happen, and I have total confidence in myself every single day. I wake up that I could be the greatest player who ever played. I know if I continue to put the work ethic in and continue to do all the little things I need to do, I could find myself in that conversation. But, you know, obviously I got to learn every single day, never take no days for granted.
His coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, GA, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Minnesota, they've got Layman. Doug McDermott is out there with Gorgie Dang. And it's Neto in at the point guard.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Dunn outside. Green kicks to Dunn. Pass to Ilyasova. Back to Dunn. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Such a powerful point guard. Even when you get aggressive with Dunn, he works through it.
And you love to have a player like Chris Dunn out on the perimeter with his defense.
Oh, man, big men love guards that can actually keep their assignment in front of them. Dunn has quick feet, great lateral movement, and that's why he's a successful defender.
And the Wizards making a change here. Covington's checked in.
One shot.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. There are a lot of people that say, Chris, the European players are more fundamentally sound overall. Are they right?
Well, I think when you look at a guy like Doncic or Dirk or Porzingis,
Yes.
You're taking the best of the best and you're creating a whole field. So I can't say overall. I would say they've had some players that have come in and wowed us, and that's awesome. But also you have those guys going pro at the age of 13, 14, 15 years old, and so I think they may miss out on some of the other things that life has to offer, like a normal high school experience, those type of things. But I tell you what, it's a copycat league and it's a copycat game, and so once you see players that are 7 foot coming over, shooting, passing, dribbling, I think you can say guys like Kevin Durant and others, I think you can say they're pretty sound overall. So I don't buy into that theory, but I do think for a lot of Europeans, being a professional early helps you transition into the NBA a little bit better maybe than guys coming out of college off of 1 year.
I would agree. He hits both from the stripe.
Well, Coach Scott Brooks has seen success in the past, respected coach who has won Coach of the Year, but the heat is on in Washington.
Yeah, he hasn't had great luck here with the Wizards. I mean, new management this year might be evaluating him. I mean, he could be a make-or-break season for Brooks.
And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Monday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Memphis Grizzlies. Neto, the pass to Jang. Pass to Dotson. Ball's knocked loose. Dunn outside. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. Dunn's got 7 points in the game.
And that's the muscle his teammates like to see done. Refusing to take no for an answer.
Now the pass to Jang. Here's Wayman. Timberwolves passing it around. To the paint. Fades away. And Jang gets it to go.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Dunn kicks to Rivers. Dunn passes to Hunter. That one doesn't go. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Rivers passes to Dunn. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And a chance to check out the stats for Dunn. Last season's performance for him averaged about 11 points a game last season, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every symphony needs a conductor. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet music.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. Well, so many people were worried about Chris Dunn's offense after his rookie year, but you know what, Greg? He's turned it around.
And gone from struggling to hit 40% of his shots to shooting better from the floor. Still a strong defender, and he's making people forget that his offense was ever a question mark.
So he gets them both.
There's no question Dunn is a great athlete, but he must first work on his shooting as well as his passing.
Here's Dotson. He's guarded by Rivers. Up top, Jang. The 19-foot shot, and again it's Minnesota.
That's just the product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
Wizards trailed by 8. Passes to Rivers. Back to Dunn. Over to the wing. Goes up to the stripe. That's good from Ilyasova on the assist from Dunn.
Definitely a shot Ilyasova can hit. He's proven time and time again how dangerous he is from the mid-range.
Here's Neto. Dunn covering. Here's Lehman. Trying to get open is Jang. Lehman gets the bucket. Lehman's got his first points in this one.
No basket feels better than a putback. Love getting rewarded for grinding it out on the glass.
Rivers passes to Ilyasova. Back to Rivers. Pass to Dunn. At the top of the key, Hunter. Just 4 to shoot. He can't get it to go. And Minnesota now the other way. Here's Neto. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that, anyway.
Dunn dishes to Covington. And here is Dunn. His last outing, he had 8 points. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. We're talking about number 1 options at the offensive end. There's a mentality, right, that you got to have as the team's go-to scorer, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let's look at Harden. He can go 0 for 7, and then he expects to go 27 for 27. How about Curry? Have you ever seen Thompson when they said, oh, my God, Klay Thompson is off. Last game, he only had 11 points. Well, when that happens, you can bet your last dollar that the next game,
look out.
He's going to make every shot. And so what it is, again, a short memory. Whether you make a lot, so what? I'm going to do that again tonight. And if you missed a lot the previous night, so what? That wasn't this night. Let's get it right now.
Minnesota making a switch here. Siakam is checked in for McDermott. Porter comes in for Jake Layman. Hood's checked in for Damian Dotson. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Raul Neto. No good on the second free throw.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. And taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas. David, thank you. Crab kicks to Portis. Back to Crab. Pass to Ayton. And no good that time. Timberwolves leading by 9. Jackson passes to Siakam, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Chris Dunn picks one up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. the first one drops. And he makes both free throws.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
And there's the pass to Crabbe. Back to Dunn. Passes it to Bonga. Now Ayton. To the right side. From deep three-point range, Dunn misses.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Jackson misses. Wizards trailed by 11. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Hood against Dunn. He kicks it to Crabbe. Here's Bonga. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's his first foul. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Wizards. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Towns is checked in. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Minnesota. Jackson passes to Towns. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Out to the right wing. Fires from 18. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns.
A moment to check out DeAndre Ayton here. Last season, he played outstanding. 10th in field goal percentage, and he did his share on the glass, battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league, his dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. Here's Bonga, guarded by Jackson. Bonga deciding where to go with it. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. That's on Reggie Jackson. Chris, we talk about perimeter scoring becoming more prevalent. The biggest shift coming from bigs shooting more threes.
Yeah, they are now counted upon to space the floor. And the better you can shoot, the better you can space the floor. And then more importantly, if you can knock down that three, you become a triple threat because now you can shoot there, maybe you can dribble and get by, or because of your height, you see different passing lanes and you can be a better passer, getting your teammates involved, and they like that spacing as well.
The first free throw is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Minnesota leading by 9. Outside, Porter launches a three. It's tipped.
Tremendous at anticipating when shots are going up. Ayton is outstanding at protecting the rim.
Clock at 6. Goes back up. Kept alive. Here's Towns. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Here's Bonga. Ayton finds Beverly. Bonga, the pass to Ayton. Beverly with the ball. Covered by Siakam. From deep. And it's Beverly missing.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now. Well, and in terms of size, that's a mismatch he'll exploit every time, especially inside.
The Timberwolves have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Green, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. On the free throw, no good.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Pass to Crabbe. Pass to Ayton. Ships over Towns. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
Just terrific at executing in the paint. Ayton has a nice array of shots to choose from.
The pass to Siakam. Kicks it to Porter. Outside Jackson. Three-pointer. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Jackson's got the lead up to 12 now for the Timberwolves.
He'll do some damage if they give him that shot. Don't give him a clean look. Get out there on him.
Bonga, the pass to Portis. Tipped away. In transition, here come the Wizards. Green with the ball. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Washington's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Bonga. Outside, Green. Passes to Portis. 6 to shoot. Now here's Crabbe. He feeds it to Ayton. Over Towns. The Wizards with another miss.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn you.
Put on the wing. Outside, Porter. Some solid defense from Ayton. Wizards trailed by 12. Inside. And Green slams it in.
Now, Kevin, that's a big part of Green's identity. Getting to the rim and throwing it down. That's the first thing people mention when they're talking about it.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes, Greg, it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
.21 left to play in the first half. Jackson against Rivers. To the left side wing. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
I appreciate the aggression, but that's already his second foul. He's got to play it a little safer now.
So it's the Wizards now. It's a 10-point game. Puts it up from 12. Nice jump shot. Good.
And for Rivers, it's about being consistent, especially when he's taking these jumpers.
To the inside. Siakam. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Siakam's got 10 points. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Pass to Ayton. Shoots over Towns. And with that shot, the Minnesota Leafs cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Ayton.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Jackson against Rivers. Takes the 13-footer. Jackson misses.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Green kicks to Rivers. Pass to Hunter. Shot clock at 5. Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. Porter in the corner. Shoots the 3. And that one is off. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, you got some scoring going in that first half. What did you take advantage of?
I'm just finding spots, not chasing it, letting it come to me. Just using what my teammates give me.
Productive half so far, Karl Anthony. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. What a start it was for Karl Anthony Towns. He had 12 points. That's all for now. Say good.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Yeah, you must try to match his energy level first and foremost. But right now, he's just out hustling guys to the ball.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Bobby Portis out there with Ayton. Then it's Allen Crabbe. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Covington in at the small forward position. That's the group for Scott Brooks getting going here in the second half. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That'll be his second foul of the game. On the wing, Porter. Defended by Covington. Porter dishes to Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. Here's the 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Jackson's got 11 points.
Jackson has improved his three-point stroke. He can't be left alone from outside.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Here's Beverley, cans the 12-footer. Beverley's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they are earning points with the jump shot now.
Jackson passes to Towns. The dish to Porter. The 3. Rebound, Washington. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
Wizards trail by 11. Outside, Covington. Back to Beverley. Just 5 to shoot. He can't get that one to fall. Some solid defense there from Jackson. The pass to Towns. From 10 feet out, that one a little long.
They haven't needed him as much as I thought they would tonight.
Right wing. Grab the pass to Beverley. And another miss by Washington.
That's just a lucky break for the deep. Yeah, keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA.
Here's Ayton. No good off the back of the rim.
Might take them a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. Just need to calm down, play their game.
Here's Porter. Rebound by the Wizards. Ayton's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
A really tough night for him offensively. I mean, I wonder what the score would be if he wasn't so cold from the field.
Passes it to Portis. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr.
Plays with so much passion. Love how effective Portis is at drawing fouls.
It's his first trip to the line. Free throw, good. Portis.
Whether Portis can make the leap is still up in the air. He's young and has the potential to be really good in this league.
Washington making some changes. Ilyasova comes in for Ayton, and it's done in for Crabbe. The Timberwolves also changing it up. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. Jake Layman comes in for Hood, and Raul Neto is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. He's perfect from the line this time.
Oh, this is a big fella who has no problems at the foul line. I mean, a very smooth touch on the stroke.
Takes it out to Siakam. Pass to Towns.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
And already a leader at such a young age. Towns' teammates look to him to anchor them on both ends, and he has not disappointed.
And Towns drops them both.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Beverly, the pass to Covington. Now Portis. Here's Dunn. Makes it off the glass. Dunn's got 12 points in the game. And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable three-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
Last season, it seemed like Towns recommitted himself on the defensive end after facing some pretty significant criticism in that department.
You know, he looked like he was playing with a chip on his shoulder defensively. Towns has always had the capability to be a fantastic defender, and I'm really glad that he's focusing on that part of his game as an area to improve.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Gorgui Dieng's checked in for the Timberwolves. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Now Beverly. Pass to Portis. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Looking at the numbers for Covington, a very nice season for him last year. Averaged about 13 points a game, just over 2 steals and 5 rebounds. And you love his anticipation, all those steals. He's always a step ahead, reading plays before they develop.
His nose for the ball has never been better. I mean, Greg, his transition defense really stands out. If you get careless in open court, he'll make you pay.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
There's the pass to Jang. Now here's McDermott, defended by Ilyasova. Got a piece of it.
Would love to see more of this from Ilyasova. I mean, he has the reach to swat away shots.
To the paint, here's Covington. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Towns finds Neto. To the wing right side. Jang with a clean look. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Wizards trail by 11. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Showing assertiveness inside. I mean, you got to commend the smaller Dunn for being strong down there.
He's had 5 chances at the line, gone 4 for 5.
And a year ago, he was an 80% shooter at the line, so that's more than acceptable.
And he knocks down the first one. Hunter's checked in for Portis. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Down low. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on DeAndre Hunter.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
For Minnesota, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Regarding the overstated pre-draft concerns about Luka Doncic. Even as the game goes international, it seemed like many GMs are scared to go all in on European players.
And rightfully so. It's a new area, and if they're not immersed into the culture, it may be a little more trepidation on that end. But I would just say, just look at the really the great stories. Whether you're talking about the Vlade Divas or the Sabos that came into the game, and even you can
Dirk
go to
Nowitzki.
Marshall
all
Molis, Dirk Nowitzki. Yeah, come on, Porzingis. We got a lot of great players from overseas that have shown us that they can make the way. But the mistake would be is thinking just because someone lives close to him, they would have the game of a Dirk Nowitzki, and that's not true. So you need to do your due diligence, but I think European players have already proved the type of heart, skill set, and mindset that they come to this game with, which is at the top.
You look at Towns, he's really been playing well.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
Ilyasova finds Covington out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. And Washington making a change here. Rivers checked in. Neto surveying the floor. pass to Towns. Back to Neto. The tray. He's off on that one. And Washington the other way now. Rivers with it. Dishes it to Dunn. Baseline Jay on the way. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Rivers has got his second basket of the night. Pass to McDermott. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Done. Here's Ilyasova, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Ilyasova's got his second bucket.
Offensive rebounding is all about persistence. Ilyasova's showing plenty of it on that possession.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. Now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. And that will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. Gerald Green, he's checked in for the Wizards. And the Wizards with possession, trailing by 13. Done outside. He kicks to Hunter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And there, just through activity, Hunter keeps the pressure on the defense.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
2 shots.
The free throw drops for Hunter.
An athletic forward with a versatile skill set. Hunter has also proven he can come up big in big moments.
Siakam is checked in for Gorgui Dieng. And so he makes both from the line. Timberwolves leading by 11. Neto, the pass to Towns. Now here's McDermott. Pass to Neto. Unloads. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And so Green will bring it up for Washington. The Wizards with another miss. For Minnesota, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. McDermott finds Neto. Back to McDermott. 4 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, and the three ball is good. McDermott's got the lead up to 14 now for the Timberwolves. The Wizards have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Up top, Rivers, covered by Siakam. Siakam against Rivers. Hunter kicks to Dunn. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Here's Dotson. McDermott dishes to Towns. Can't hit that one. Wizards trail by 14. Here's Dunn. Offline with his three. Siakam against Rivers. And here is Siakam. He's got 10. Over Ilyasova, and the shot goes in from Siakam. Siakam's got 12.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Hunter kicks to Rivers. Now the pass to Dunn. And another miss by Washington. Timberwolves leading by 16. Here's Siakam. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Checked in for Washington. Allen Crabbe comes in for Dunn. Minnesota also making some changes. Porter comes in for Doug McDermott. And it's Jackson in for Raul Neto. 1:35 left in the third quarter of the game. Passes it to Ayton. Back to Rivers. To end the drought. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got his 16th rebound on the night.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
And it goes down 2 points.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Outside, Green. Knocked loose. Towns with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Paxson gets the bucket.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Well, Greg, their poise has been tremendous. I mean, excellent at both ends, has them increasing this lead.
It's Rivers on the wing. Guarded by Jackson. Back to Rivers. Puts it up from 17. The shot misses. Good D by Siakam. Pass to Jackson. No good that time. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We come back right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So on the floor for Minnesota, Towns is out there with Pascal Siakam. Then it's Otto Porter Jr. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Jackson in at the 1. Green against Porter. Pass to Hunter. Jacks up a three. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Hunter's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Wizards. Jackson against Beverly. Siakam outside. Towns trying to get open. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Now here's Cram. Goodbye, Hood. Ayton kicks to Beverly. The pass to Crab. Wizards passing it around. Now Hunter. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. Siakam pulls it in. Timberwolves leading by 23. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That's
shots.
on DeAndre Hunter.
Two.
Chris, the other day, Adam Silver has been talking about how the All-Star game system is not working. He's been proactive in considering alternatives. What do you think?
Well, I love what he's done already. Let's think about the All-Star game in 2019. Letting guys pick their players like old school on the park. I mean, that adds a little bit of ego, and that's what you want because we want competition. We want guys that like each other, don't like each other, that are playing against each other, that we're in the finals against each other. We want all that competition, all that mental game that goes into it. And so I love the fact that he's outspoken, that he's definitely ahead of the problem. But I think he did a great job by letting players pick their teammates because that already causes a little in-team drama that we'll see play out on the floor with how hard guys are playing.
Jackson against Beverly. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And I like the way he's settled down here. I mean, after the sloppy first half, he's done a much better job taking care of the ball.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Passes it to Ayton. Out to the right wing. Out left to the wing. Here's Beverly. Towns with the defensive effort. And so Hood will bring it up for the Timberwolves. Kicks it to Porter. Fires from deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
But it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Pass to Crab. Pass to Portis. Got it. Good job in the low post.
A high percentage shooter from these spots. Portis has tons of confidence in his inside scoring ability.
Outside, Towns. Towns is doubled. Outside for Jackson. Outside, Porter. Floats it up there for Siakam. And stolen by Portis. Here's Hunter. They get it again. Crab. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one is on Towns.
Crab is aggressive on offense. He welcomes going into contact on his way up.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. Today, Chris, I heard Commissioner Adam Silver talking about that it strikes him sometimes how isolated players can be with cell phones and headphones, and those things wouldn't help that. Is it something that you've noticed or that you're concerned about?
You mean with my nephews and nieces and friends that are younger and kids walking across the street looking at their phones and not even looking both ways?
You know, your play-by-play partner, whoever it might be.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You know, Kevin, those are the times. And so I would tell Adam Silver, Mr. Commissioner, yeah, that's a basketball problem. That's a world problem. How are we going to stop any of that? We're here now. There's no putting that genie back in the bottle, Kevin.
Jackson in the corner. Off target from outside. Wizards trail by 21. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Beverly for three. It's good from long range.
And Beverly has wonderful moves and has a great stroke from downtown. Gotta love how he rises up with plenty of confidence.
Jackson passes to Jang. Over Ayton. And Jang gets it to go. And the Timberwolves lead by 20.
I mean, a very skilled finisher inside. Even with defenders close, he'll find a way to score.
Beverly finds Ayton. Now Crabbe, Jang defending. Now here's Crabbe. He's guarded closely. Shot clock at 6. The pass to Ayton. Trying his luck from deep. And Layman pulls it down. Minnesota leading by 20. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Yeah, because it's so hard to prevent transition scores. Whenever you get an opportunity to get out and run, you take it.
Beverly for three. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Jang's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get any smaller.
Layman kicks to Jang. And the NBA 2K League, C-Web, the first e-sport operated by a U.S. pro sport. And it's quickly growing. Do you throw down on the sticks?
Yeah, just a little announcement to all the GMs in the 2K League. I am available. I'm a free agent. I'm ready to go. I'm nice on the sticks. I can play career mode, team mode, one-on-one mode. Whatever you need from me, I am ready to go. But I love it, man. Like, it's great to see people who love this game, whether it's virtual or real life. It's hoops, baby.
So much fun. Now Jackson. And there it is for him.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Wizards trail by 21. Beverly feeling it out a bit. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Wow, superb strength of quarters. You got to hit him harder than that if you're the defense.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Towns, he's checked in for Jang. Pascal Siakam comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. McDermott's checked in for Justin Jackson. And Hood subbed in for Jake Layman.
One shot.
Free throw good, Portis. Timberwolves leading by 18. Outside Jackson. Towns finds McDermott. Timberwolves passing it around. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his first personal foul at the line for Timberwolves. Karl-Anthony Towns. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Towns. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Doug McDermott. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Adam Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I could watch LeBron on the West Coast when I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time where kids can stay up. But how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. It's so many better and different ways now. I mean, before, if you were traveling, you could never watch a game because you had to be by a TV set stuck into a wall. Now, you got your phone, your pads, and everything else. So I love the game. It's becoming more global because of the expansion and how we've gotten players out there in front of fans. And now, with the access that fans have through some type of mobile device, I just love it. I love it.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Ayton at the elbow. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Zhang's checked in.
Taking 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Chris, what's your definition of most valuable player?
LeBron, Michael Jordan. Okay, let me. Okay, the best player in the league. That's my definition. Who makes players better? Who brings the fans into the game? There's only one type of player that's an MVP, and there's only about 6 guys any year that can be MVP. But if you're talking about guys that help you, let's say, are the best on the contract or getting the most bang for their buck, you got to look at guys like a Siakam. You know, he's just making over $2 million this season, still playing on that rookie contract, and those are the guys that are on their way up. So you can always find young talent playing for maybe less than what they should be getting at that time, but the most valuable player continues to be the top 6 players of the league, period. Extends the shot and grabs the rebound. About as big an impact as you can have on a possession.
Hood against Beverly. He dishes it to Ayton. Clock at 6. Back to Beverly. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
Washington ball.
Here's Portis, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Zhang dishes to Jackson. Looking for Zhang, he gets it there. Rebound by the Wizards. Ayton's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. With the second effort, and Portis finishes inside.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
Siakam against Portis. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Minnesota. Pascal Siakam. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Siakam hits them both. Beverly with the ball. And stolen by Hood. Siakam passes to Jackson. Floats it up there for Siakam. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Siakam against Portis. Ayton inside. Got a piece of it and stolen by Jang. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Porter kicks to Jackson. Outside Hood and stolen by Cram. Now here's Beverly. It seems like some teams have been in rebuild mode for a long time. Is there a point at which the league should step in and maybe, I don't know, take over or give them guidance?
You know, I really do. And not because it's necessarily the fault of the team, because it's tough to win a championship. But to be a perennial bottom dweller, basement dweller, it's not good for the fans. And fans like myself, every year comes the first game, we think, hey, we could win a championship, we could do it. But, you know, our thought process is not based in knowledge. It's just based in our hope and will for the team. So you definitely want to keep teams straight. You want to keep them honest. And I think the league can find a way to step in but not step on the toes of ownership.
Porter against Covington. That shot off. Now the Wizards take it the other way.
He hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. Good thing he has the guys around him to carry the weight. It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
Now here's Jackson. He's guarded by Cram. Here's Siakam. Jang inside, working on Portis, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Shooting for Minnesota, Gorgie Jang. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. And with the likely return of prep to pro prospects, Chris, some have argued for a high school combine to help determine who's ready to make the leap and who isn't.
I'm not really there with the high school combine. I still think that, you know, you still have a level of college or a level of professionalism that can happen after. And I don't believe until you're ready to be evaluated for the pros immediately, should you have that combine. Your bodies are still growing. I talked to Jaren Jackson just yesterday, and he told me that he grew 2 inches over last summer. So I think it's a little unfair to judge these guys that early when their bodies and mentality still has a lot of development left.
Here's Ayton. Portis trying to free himself, but he gets it back. Clock is at 3. To stop the drought. Poked away.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Oh, man, awful display from him so far. But you know he's going to keep working to try to turn it around.
Passes it to Jang. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Okay, listen, you got to body him up when he's in the paint. If you play off of him, then that's just 2 easy points.
Jackson against Beverly. Now here's Ayton. He's covered closely. There's the dish to Covington.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Timberwolves.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Karl-Anthony Towns.
Well, the best work he did came on the boards. Nobody could match his intensity. His rebounding played a big role in this win.
Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Ayton. Offensive rebound. Back to Portis. He kicks it to Beverly. Pass to Crabbe. Outside Portis. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony.
First talk from my old soul, but a stop drop with a squad top. We don't stop a lot. We don't talk a lot about it. We just. And I'm a cosmonaut. Scream. I promise y'all.